management professionals I have seen fail very miserable, both in the business as well as the corporate world, because sometimes they completely lack either basic, what we could call common sense, or they are not understanding the art of being street smart. My name is Deepak Dayal, and I'm here to chat with you and give you some insights about what I think about management studies. So there are various books over the years which I have read, and I consider them extremely useful. And some of them are really written 30 years back. Some are coming up with very current information, but the knowledge which we gain is not time bound. The knowledge which we gain out of learning, whether it is from people or from the books, is not subject to that, yes, this is relevant, not relevant. You have to judge that for yourself. Okay, being street smart, I think, is extremely important in life. Okay, and it is in the Indian system, we are quite familiar with using the word jugaad, which is not necessarily a negative connotation. It can be used in a positive way as well. Is trying to fix something within the constraints of time, money, and effort which one may have. So there are a couple of important points which I have kind of jotted down, and I would want to talk about. One is about selling, how to sell your products and services, and how to become a good salesman. And if you're not a good salesman, believe me, you will not be able to go very far in life. If you have the skills, fantastic. If you do not have them, start developing and working on your skills to becoming a good salesman. Okay, the term might not be used, but a CEO has to be an amazing salesperson and a salesman. If he's not, he would never be able to convince his directors, his shareholders, his customers, his employees, his distributors, all the stakeholders in any business. You require a very die-hard sales personality. And if you look across the globe, look at the CEOs and business owners, one of the main skills which they have is being a good salesperson, which also means that they are great at negotiating. Okay, negotiation skills, very critical to our success, because as in life, as in business or in the corporate world, it is not always things as they are. Everything is not in black and white, and most of the time you have to negotiate the best deal for yourself. Okay, so what is negotiation? What are the factors to look at negotiating a deal? Is it a win-win? Do you just want to look at the short term and just have a win for yourself and a loss for the other person? Or do you look at a balanced system where both parties win in some ways or the other, so that we have a long-term positive impact on everything? Third point, which I want to focus on, will be managing businesses, managing people. Okay, fundamental and very important. Getting organized is also a very critical part of the management theories which I want to talk about. Because many a times we have seen there are too many things which one is trying to do, and it is lack of organizational skills, which again is not taught in a business school. There is no class on organizing yourself. Okay, so there are fundamental flaws, I would say, with the business schools, with the way they are structured, with the way the courses are being taught. And maybe it is required because it is difficult to change the system and the syllabuses, but these are important areas which have completely been overlooked. So being organized in your work, in your personal life, is critical to the success, your own personal success, as well as the success of your organizations and the firms you work with. Communication skills, I will put this at a very high level, because whether it is sales, whether it is negotiations, your communication skills need to be absolutely at the top of it. Now, I'm not talking about language skills, but I'm talking about communication skills. Yes, you communicate in a particular language, could be English, could be Hindi, could be Japanese, Malayalam, doesn't matter, it's a language. How good are you in communication? In written communication, but more importantly, in verbal communication. Understanding body language, understanding how people react to different situations, reading somebody else who's sitting in front of you, they may be saying something, but actually thinking something completely different. So, how do you actually observe people? And one of the most important part of whether it is communication, whether it is sales or negotiation, is listening skills, and which most people lack because they think in sales or in negotiations, all you have to do is keep talking. And I think it is the other way around. You have to keep listening to what the other person is saying and also observe what they are not saying or what they are saying but meaning something different. So we need to understand all these, and the moment we can understand people, I think we have gained a huge edge over all the others. Even in today's digital age where there is very less of human interaction which is happening. A lot of platforms are doing huge volumes and value of business by never meeting their customers. I understand that. But even without meeting your customers, you can still have a very strong understanding of your customers, how their mind works, what makes them, what is the features which inspires them to accept or reject a product. How do you build brand loyalty towards you as a company, as an individual? Okay, so communication is important, even if it is not face to face, but understanding people is fundamental. Anybody who has not understood his customers, his, his employees, again, investors, his shareholders, his directors, his bankers, if you do not understand what they want, they will never start looking at what you want. So every individual is different, every type of or a group thinks differently, individuals think differently, but the basis is the human mind. If you can understand human beings, because finally at the end of the day, decisions are not being made by computers. If they are, then life is easy. You don't have to be there, your computer will negotiate with the other person's computer, or as we call artificial intelligence. But that is the difference where human beings, there are always decision making required and there is always negotiations required at a certain level. And if you can crack that, I think that is what makes you a winner. Okay, so communication skills, very, very important. We will also talk a little bit about getting the job done on the road. When I say getting the job done on the road, is when you can start operating outside your offices and outside your given workspace. Thanks to the current environment which we are in, all of us are absolutely used to operating with our smartphones or with our laptop computers, and we can do global businesses, we can interact with other people. And but what I'm trying to say is that operate independently without the assistance of other people, without having fixed ideas that if I don't have these particular instruments or I do not have so many people to help me, I'm not able to do anything. So understanding all these and trying to, as we say, work on the road where your holidays can also be overlapping with your work environment. So are you at office? You could be at the beach and still being very productive at work, or you could be sitting in the office and yet be calm and at peace, and your mind could be as if you are on a holiday. So over the years, we have seen the boundaries of office, work, holidays is completely being broken, specifically because of technology, use of technology, which is great, which is absolutely wonderful that you can work from anywhere, you can work at any point in time, but making sure all this still goes a long way. At the back of every technology, every instrument, every computer, there is a person who needs to be influenced by you in a positive way for you to grow and prosper. So these are some of my thoughts about management, and it is not that doing an MBA itself is not useful. It is useful, especially in the Indian context. Without an MBA degree, it's like a very basic, degree. If you don't have it, many doors will not open, unfortunately, for you if you work in structured organizations, consulting firms. But please understand that it is just a degree which you will be hanging on the wall. Have you learned anything real from your course? And I think practical side of learning is much, much more important than just doing your bachelor's or master's in business management. Okay, we will have more discussions on these topics coming in the next few days and weeks. And I would like to thank all of you for your time. Thank you.